Hey guys, Mr. Heroscape here, and I'm going to be bringing you today my top 10 favorite Heroscape figures. Now, it's just me this time, and my friend's not here, but maybe I'll get him to do his top 10, but these are mine. So let's get to it. It is pouring with rain, but I shall continue. And number 10 on my list, started off, is the Omnicron Snipers. Now, this squad of 3 snipers is a really good squad, and that is precisely why they are number 10 on my list. The Omnicron snipers always pose a huge threat in our battles, and they do often get used in the battles between my friend and I. Their defense is okay, their range is pretty good, and their attack is only 1, but their ability, Deadly Shot, makes them a pain to deal with. Basically, when you roll an attack dice, if you roll a skull, it counts as an extra one. And if you grab some height with these guys, they can be a major threat to just about any army. So that is why they are number 10 on my list. Placing at number 9 on my list is Zelrig. Zelrig is an awesome figure. Just look at him. He looks insane. He stands out on any battlefield, and he is just a very good figure. In general, his stats are very good, and he is really good at taking out common squad figures. His Majestic Fire special attack allows him to attack with 3, and any figure adjacent to the one that you attack is also affected by this attack. But the thing is, common squad figures have to roll 2 less defense dice, so he is a major threat to any army containing common squad figures, and that is why he is number 9 on my list. Some of you may be surprised, but number 8 on my list is the Death Reavers. The Death Reavers are an excellent squad of 4, and they are extremely annoying, and that is why they are number 8. They are allowed to scatter, which means that 2 Death Reavers may move up to 4 spaces each if they are attacked by a normal attack. And they also have disengage, so they can leave engagements with enemy figures. They're extremely difficult to deal with. They have a defense of 4, also, can move 6, and they're only worth 40 points. So, like I said, very annoying. And Death Reavers are extremely annoying when you have this many. Just look at all these guys. This is literally the worst nightmare for your enemy. And all these figures you see here, all these Death Reavers, they're only worth 160 points. It would take a lot of work to get through these guys. You'd probably take quite a few wounds trying to do it. In 7th place on the list, we have Charos. I'd like to start off by saying Charos was the first figure that I bought outside of the first master set, and that's partially why he made it on the list. But he's also a very good figure, and he can be a lot of work to take out. With 9 lives and a defense of 5, it is extremely difficult for anyone to take out Charos. And he also has Counter Strike, which means that when attacking figures that are adjacent to him, they run the risk of taking wounds themselves or even dying. So, very, very difficult figure to take out. Always a threat. That's Charos. 6th on my list is the Knights of Weston. And if you've watched any of our battles, you'll probably notice that I usually have the Knights of Weston in my army. They are a very good squad, and they're not worth that many points, so, low cost in their stats. They don't really represent the cost, in my opinion. 4 defense and 3 attack, and there's 4 of them. The only downside is they only move 4 spaces, but then if you take a look at their special abilities, being Coward's Reward and Human Champion Bonding, that, it doesn't even matter that they have a move of 4. Their Human Champion Bonding allows them to, go well with a lot of different armies, and you can run a lot of options with these guys in terms of using them with unique heroes who follow Jandar. And their coward's reward means that your foe is probably not going to be disengaging with these guys, because you get to roll an additional attack dice when someone disengages from them. So yeah, very good squad, only worth 70 points. I wish I had more of these guys. So yeah, that's the Knights of Weston. Fifth on my list is Deadeye Dan. Now, I've also had Deadeye Dan a very long time, and he's just a really good character. He has the highest range in the game, a range of 10, and his Ular enhanced rifle special attack is also a deadly asset of his. Basically, you roll one attack dice, and if you roll a skull, that figure either dies or receives a wound. If it's a squad figure, he'll die. And he also has a sharpshooter attack where he can roll the 20-sided dice, and if he rolls a 19 or a 20, that figure is destroyed. So he can be a big part of any team, and he is sometimes very difficult to deal with. Very good figure. Fourth on the list is the Warriors of Ashura, also known as the Warrior Girls. Now, if you've watched any of our battles between me and my friend, you also probably have noticed that this squad shows up a lot. And that's because they are only worth 50 points, and their special ability is quite good. Their special ability, Defensive Agility, that rhymes, basically makes it so if the attacking figure is adjacent to them, they only have to roll one defense dice, and they're safe from taking any wounds. So that can make them extremely annoying, especially if you move them adjacent to an enemy figure, and then they either have to deal with the defensive agility or disengage from them and risk, taking a wound. So they're only worth 50 points. It's pretty low, and they're just in general a very good squad, very useful. In third place on the list, we have Nilfheim. Nilfheim is always a big threat in just about any battle. He's worth 185 points, but he's well worth it in my opinion. His life is a little above average, move of 6, an attack of 6, range of 1, and a defense of 4. His attack of 6 basically allows him to take out high defense figures, so that's very useful. But he can also counter squad figures, or just about anyone, with his special attack, which is Ice Shard Breath special attack. It has a range of 5 and an attack of 4, and as long as you don't attack the same figure more than once, you may attack 3 times. He also has flying, if you couldn't tell by his wings. So yeah, always a big threat. That's Nilfheim. Now, it may come to a surprise to some of you, but in second place on my list is the Phantom Knights. Now, these guys are on the list, and in the position they are, simply because I just love to use these guys. These guys are great leads, and they can be quite annoying. My friend actually called them pricks in one of our videos, so yeah, that was pretty funny. He literally hates these guys. They're great leads. They have a move of 6 and stealth flying, so you can have them as leads and fly them out at the start of a battle and take just about any glyph in 1 or 2 turns. They also have insubstantial 3, which basically means that they get 3 extra defense dice when someone attacks them with a normal attack and is not adjacent. So you pretty much have to be adjacent to these guys if you want to kill them. And they're just, a lot of fun to use in any battle. And as I said before, great leads. That is why they are number 2. And lastly, we have Zetacron, placing at number 1 on my top 10 list. Zetacron is a great Heroscape figure, and he is a huge threat in just about any battle. He almost always pulls his weight and more in almost every battle, I believe, except for the battle on Fire and Ice. I don't think he quite pulled his weight, but very, very dangerous figure for your enemy. He has the same, like the Omicron's snipers, he has deadly shot, so for every skull you roll it counts as an additional one, and a range of 8, so he can snipe just about anyone, and just very dangerous. If you've seen some of our earlier battles, he does, I believe he does 5 wounds to Turkle Na in one shot, and I believe he basically takes out Jotun also in one shot. So very deadly, and that wraps up the top 10 list. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Comment below what your favorite Heroscape figures are, and also let me know what you thought about my top 10 list. It'd be interesting to hear from you guys. Alright, thanks for watching, and once again I'll try and get my friend to do his top 10. See ya.